Bill writes, I have found that a lot of the answers to questions I want to ask, you have already answered. Yes, sometimes, yeah. If I'm willing to read enough. However, I have a couple that I think are still worth asking. So, Bill is 63, he's done a lot of weight training, and he's strong for my age unless I have to compete against you. Yeah. And remember that, Bill, I will be coming for you. Then, not so much. My psychology is that I think I am 28 to 32. I have given up on high school and college me. God, I love you, Bill. I like you already because I know exactly. You know, I look in the mirror in the morning and go, who is this guy? Okay, I like you. And I have a proclivity for the bus bench workouts, etc. But listening to reason is as espoused by yourself. My biggest goal and the rabbit I need to really chase right now is fat loss. And I want to do it with minimal muscle mass loss. Diet is obviously key to weight loss. Thank you. And I think we're done having our conversation, but let's read on. Low carb works for me, and I'm glad. I'm looking forward to about maybe 20 years from now when they finally start to stick together certain body types with certain diets. I've believed for a while that we are so close to nailing this. Maybe our friends over in the DNA research might be able to help us too. But I'm pretty convinced that there are people who are kind of high carb intolerant. There are some people who are low carb intolerant. And I'm sure there's a whole mix and match from there. So, just a segue. Would you recommend Maffetone's 2-week test? For those who don't know the work of Phil Maffetone, one of the great writers of our time. Sadly, I gave away my original, but this is his 1987 book, In Fitness and in Health. Everyone is an athlete. I read that, by the way, I read that book before I got married, and I've been married 32 years. So yeah, it's been around a while, 33 years ago. Big fan. Maffetone's 2-week test, which you can find on his site, just type in Phil Maffetone, it'll come right up, is basically a 2-week test where you get rid of simple sugars and really get rid of some of the families of simple carbs and just test yourself. It's also in the book by McDougall, Natural Born Heroes, too. So if you read the book, you get the double. Would you recommend Maffetone's 2-week test, the fast mimicking diet, or the 2 shakes and regular meal, followed by some low-carb variant in a shorter-term kickoff, 2 weeks to 30 days? So, the one thing you skipped in there was fasting. You might want to try Pat Flynn's new program. I think he calls it Fast 15, where every day you fast for 15 hours, and then at the end of that fast, you do a 15-minute workout. And you repeat that for 15 days. I'm wondering, and the thing is too, you could also, and he breaks the fast, he recommends, so, okay, 15-hour fast, the 15-minute workout, and then right then, do your idea of a protein shake. And then after that, there's some other ideas. You know, I'm wondering for fat loss, for someone who's 63, that might be the best way to go. That would tie in Dan and Mary Eads' middle-age makeover. It would tie us into intermittent fasting ideas that are around. You also added here the fast mimicking diet, but let's just put that to the side just for a second, all right? Just for a second. The Fast 15 might be a really good idea for you. Do you have to buy his book? Well, I just gave you the whole book, and Pat is fine with that too. I would still suggest you go to chroniclesofstrength.com and read it because it would help you, but I have found in my personal experience and the work I do with adults, and anybody over 35 really, that fasting seems to work so much better for the post 35, certainly 40, no question after 50 age group. It seems for us, it's easier to go not eat versus trying to juggle 6 meals a day, which becomes very hard, especially with some of the things we have to deal with in life. Fast mimicking diet is something you want to do to boost your health and longevity. So that will be a personal decision you'd have to make. But I do the FMD, fast mimicking diet, once a month, check that, once every 2 months. And in between that now, I'm doing a 5 days of zero carb, which is kind of interesting because that's basically, bacon and eggs, steak and eggs, fish. It's just, for me, it's the old definition diet from John McCallum's Keys to Progress. But I only do it 4 or 5 days. And the idea for me on both of these, 1 month, zero carbs, certain things happen to my body. The next month, basically nuts, olives, vegetable soup for 5 days, the fast mimicking diet. And that does certain things in my body. And I use those as a springboard to the next 3.5-ish weeks of every month. Now you have a question to follow up on training. In terms of training, your park bench program or the easy strength. For a 63-year-old, I would say the park bench programs. Be sure to go to danjohnworkouts.com. You can register for free for the first couple of weeks. Put in what you have, the equipment you have, and just follow those workouts. You're going to be wanting to spend your self-discipline and your free will on the fasting. I don't know if Pat would agree with it, but I think it's a good idea. Why don't you plug in that you're going to work out 5 days a week and fast for 15 hours, then, as best you can with your career and life, I get it, then do that workout of the day from the workout generator, then your protein shake, and then the rest of the day is yours. I'm also considering Maffetone's heart rate training for some long, slow distance and to nudge the fat-burning engine, maybe 3 times a week. Let's go, yeah, I'm okay with that. But I would even take, instead of worrying about long, slow distance, like the information from the 70s, why don't you just go for a walk at first? Just go for a walk, maybe even carry little weights in your hands and do heavy hands, or do like we do here at the gym. Either put on a weighted vest or stick a weight in a backpack and go for what we call a ruck. That might be better. Because at age 63, there's not a lot of need for you to do the garbage jogging, the garbage running. I'd rather see you walk and lift. Finally, he says, looking at the above, I think I can sustain any of this if I don't get distracted by fat shredding, muscle maximizing, Roman gladiator, Braveheart, Navy SEAL, Marshawn Lynch special program. The workouts seem very doable. Best choice recommendations, sure. 15-hour fast, the Dan John Park Bench Generator workout, protein shake, enjoy the rest of your day. Eat your vegetables and drink your water. That's not bad.